want to take a minute to talk about some functionality that we've added to planned order capabilities. Planned orders are records, they're planning, they're scheduling records that allow you to work with your schedule for anticipated production before you make a batch ticket. A planned order is generated by MRP. So if MRP finds you have a shortage, it'll create a planned production order and it'll be unfirmed. And then a user, scheduler typically, would look at that, analyze it, and say, decide whether they're going to make it, on what line and what date, maybe move it around on the calendar, in which case they would firm it. And then after firming a planned order, they would convert that planned order to a batch ticket. So that's kind of the workflow of a planned order. Planned order is kind of the backbone of the planning part of our scheduling tool. Now, as you can imagine, the system can create a lot of planned orders for you, especially if you have a lot of different products and you have small batches and you're needing to schedule a lot of different activities. The number of planned orders can get pretty significant. So we actually wrote a tool and developed a tool that allows you to look at and work with all those planned orders and work with them in groups. So for example, I could take all my planned orders for a particular facility and a particular formula, and I can look at them and isolate those planned orders so that I can work with them as one big group. I can reschedule them, I can move them to another line, I can add additional data to them, etc. So basically think in terms of I can come in and I can pick up a number of them simultaneously and take action on them. This screen I'm talking about has been here for a few versions, but we did add some functionality to it in this release. But I did want to point out it's probably one of the most powerful utility screens we have in scheduling, and if you're not using it, you probably should go look at it. In this case, I've selected 4 planned orders, and there are various actions that I can perform. I can actually firm the ones that are selected. In other words, say, yes, I'm going to be making these, and therefore MRP won't move it around. Or I can unfirm them, all of them in this list, and say, I need MRP just to kind of, if it's still needed, have MRP create it again. Otherwise, it'll disappear. And the other thing I can do is select information. I can select or edit records from all of these planned orders that I've selected. This is where you can get into changing start dates, start times. You can even adjust it using a date adjustment. So in other words, I can start with the date it is today and say add 2 days. If I'm going to push the entire schedule or push these groups of planned orders out 4 or 5 or 7 days, I can put a date adjustment here and say use that date adjustment and it'll move everything X number of days. I can set everything to a particular process cell, i.e. a production line or maybe a fill line, and then I've got my various attributes, my user-defined fields that I can drop in and add notes to all those planned orders. So the purpose of this screen is to give you the ability to change, edit, update a number of planned orders simultaneously. Now, what we added to it was something that we overlooked that clients brought up to us, and that is when I'm sitting here on this screen, I may be here for a while, and maybe new sales orders are coming in, and I might have my system configured so that sales orders are already automatically added into my batch. I was looking to see if I had one in this demo environment, but I don't. So we can have sales orders being put in Dynamics and automatically become planned orders on the schedule. And previously what we needed to do was have the system, you'd have to exit the screen, come back into the screen to re-query all that data. Well, what we added based on some client requests was a refresh button that's actually going and re-querying all the data, bringing it back in here, giving you the ability to stay in this screen and basically keep this screen open for an extended period of time to work on it. It's a really great utility. If you haven't used it and you're using scheduling, I'd really suggest you go take a look at it. If you need any help with it, raise your hand, send us an email, do whatever you need to do. We're happy to walk you through it and make sure you're using it and understand its capabilities. Anyway, we hope this helps, and please, if you have any other feedback, please let us know. That's the way product gets into the product. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.